Hey everyone, how's it going? So we are currently doing a very impromptu Google Hangout because I got really bored today. I have a couple hours to kill, and I thought I'd do something art related. I just want to start off actually by saying if you guys hear a bunch of stuff banging on in the background, there are several people working on my roof because my roof was leaking, which was very exciting. But yeah, so we're just gonna do a little art thing today, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna draw some goofy stuff. Now, just another heads up, my like art thing has been really wonky. Like it does that. You notice that? You see that? So I'll draw a circle, and then it'll like have a divot in it, and I'm not sure why, because I'm drawing things in like a it just does that. So it's going to be really bothering me today. But we're going to draw some Transformers because, as most of you will probably know, I'm a big fan of Transformers, and I've been drawing a lot of them more recently, just kind of on the bus and stuff, just for fun. Yeah, open up my comment section here in a second, see if I can read any potential comments that anybody is sending me. But yeah, it's been pretty hectic here the past couple weeks. I would say in the studio, but we don't really have a studio here. It is all one man running the show. But yeah, no, it's been kind of busy. Life gets like that. You're an adult, you have a bunch of responsibilities, and you got to go to work and pay the bills and blah, 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 all that good business. It gets busy for sure. Yeah. So we're drawing Swerve here. For those of you who read Tumty comics, or that's More Than Meets the Eye, for anybody who hears that and actually doesn't know what it means, this is the Swerve from the More Than Meets the Eye comic, and we're going to be drawing a bunch of guys in my style. I've picked out a few that I really just like, character-wise or design-wise, that I thought would be fun to draw today. But yeah, oh, come on. This right here is the basic outline that you do for the character, and then you'll add your finer details later on. Forgive me if I'm rambling. Trying to art and live stream at the same time is not something I necessarily do a lot. Here's a little fun thing that I like to do. Actually, I'll show that to you guys in a bit. It'll be a little surprise, but I'm just trying to mark off all the spots that are that'll be important for his overall design. Feels like it's been a while since I've done anything art related on this channel. I used to do those the speed painting videos. I didn't do a lot of them, but they were pretty enjoyable. So I hope maybe in the future I'll get around to doing some more of those. Now, see, there goes the pen. Forgive me. A little burp. There goes the pen again, doing that stupid. It's so frustrating when it does that. But there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Fun little thing there. Swerve runs a little bar at the bottom of the Lost Light, which is the spaceship that the Matumti characters fly around in More Than Meets the Eye. I've been talking with some of my buddies who I do a Transformers animated series with, called Transformers Ascension, for those of you who would be interested in checking it out. It's really good stuff. Not to be all, it's good because I'm in it, but like it's really good. We have a lot of very talented people working on it, and so far all the people that I've shown it to, in like nervousness of them being like, see, you're just a bunch of 20-some-year-olds, you know, just animating your toys and then pretending like it's like a big production thing. It is. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So it's nice that that a lot of what we've done so far, when I show it to people, they're very receptive to it. But all right, so here's my little Swerve body. I'm just gonna take a quick peek here at Swerve. I have a picture of him saved in a corner. Perfect. Whoop. Okay. Actually, you probably won't be able to see any of what I'm doing, because this is all gonna stay relatively the same. But I'm just moving this over. I just need to be able to see the picture of Swerve. Okay. So when I started drawing Swerve not too long ago, I really wanted to give him this like really chunky square body. I wanted him to be really, really stout, because I thought it just looked funny, like him just being more of a squat character. He's that short, kind of chubby, lovable uncle character, is the way that I see it. So, and they're cutting or drilling or something out there. It has been that for the past week, at least. But I will say the guys working on my roof got a good selection of music. They were listening to Dancing Queen earlier, so I was not expecting 6 rather arduous working Vietnamese men on my roof, you know, hammering and nailing stuff to Dancing Queen. But hey, 'tis a catchy song. That's his arm. When I draw Swerve, I don't like to draw him with hands. Like I said, stout character. So I wanted a lot of like kind of pudgier features. So the division between where his hand is and where the actual arm of the robot mode, there isn't really a division in which you can tell his fingers just kind of sprout out of his arm. I've thought in the past about maybe getting a program to try and do animation with. Now, I never studied animation, despite living, despite living most animation heavy places in all of the Americas. Yeah, I wanted to go to school for a while. But then the idea of going to school after having done 13 years of school, that's that's preschool all the way to grade 12. For those of you who are wondering, I did not fail any classes or any grades. I count kindergarten. You're not really, I mean, more or less you're learning people skills as a kid is what you're doing, and then very basic sciencey stuff. But you go to preschool and you're not learning too terribly much. It's the basics. You start out with the basics. But yeah, I was gonna do school here in Vancouver, and then I just was like, no, that's boring, and I don't want to do that. And you never know. Future could hold. Yeah, I can do that one better. The future could hold school for me, but currently not top of the list. All right, here I want to show you guys something that I like to do for Swerve. I have 2 little design choices that I've implemented into him. So because he runs a bar, he's got this little bit here that kind of looks like a pair of goggles with a little nose popped out of the bottom. But instead of drawing it like how they have it, like that's how it's drawn on the actual guy himself. Because he runs a bar, I like to do it like this. What? and kind of make it a little bow tie. How cute. Yeah. But yeah, no, I figured, you know, just through previous stuff that I've been through, that like I wasn't really down for doing more school. And honestly, the thing I find that makes people the most happy that I do is when I do voices, which is when I want to be a voice actor. But Vancouver is also a super stellar place for voice acting. I actually have good old Mr. Gary Chalk is a friend here on Facebook. And so seems like a pretty cool, relaxed guy. Draw on the crotch piece. How scandalous. When drawing these guys, I try to, yeah, I said the word flow before, but really I try to like, I want them to look more human than robot, despite them being robots in disguise. Like, I'm not very good at drawing the classic style of Transformers. I always mess up the proportions. Even with a ruler, I always mess up the proportions. So for me, the way to do it is just to kind of draw them as cartoony people. And I like drawing cartoony people a lot because you get to really, like, I know how to do all the life art, like the life model stuff, but that's kind of boring in my opinion. And kudos to you can draw things that look real. Like, that's awesome. Good on you. He's a little bit happier, so we'll give him a kind of a jovial. Both his eyebrows are up. You know, kudos to people who can do that. I'm not necessarily one of the best people at it. But, you know, it is an art, and it's not necessarily the art that I'm interested in. So I just kind of, there we go. We got a head foreman. We'll give him a cheeky little, there's one. He's kind of like, ha! I've got your drink right here, sister. Whoop. Trying to connect. Oh, geez. Scoot that bad boy over. Trying to connect all of the line. All of the line. Normally, I'd do very swift strokes across, but with that little indentation business going on where it keeps mucking up like that, I don't want to sit there redrawing the same line 40 times. It is not my favorite. There we go. Okay. We'll get to the rest of that in a bit because there's another fun design thing I like to do, and you kind of might be able to tell what it already is, but we'll just get to that in a bit. I want to work on the legs for a touch. When I draw Swerve's legs, the way that I do it is very, very tube-like. Same with the arms, except on like the lower section, big gorilla arms. I'm really a fan of that sort of character design where they have the big bottom parts of the arms, but they really got like thinner arms in the middle. I don't know why. Maybe it feels more intimidating. And Swerve deserves to have a little bit of intimidation to him, despite him not being the most threatening of all of the Autobots. Actually, we're just gonna save this for a second. Let's save it. TF doodlies. Save it as file packet, so I can keep hitting save and not worry if the thing goes down for whatever reason. But I think we should be okay. I updated my file packet not too long ago. Oop, come on, see, I gotta draw it like that instead. Temperance. It's a virtue for a reason. Temperance means patience, for those of you who are wondering. Well, I totally am spacing on what I was mentioning before, because arting and talking at the same time is not the easiest. Who saw Tarzan? Who saw the Tarzan movie? I did not get to see the new Tarzan movie yet. I heard it's not that great, which is kind of disappointing, because despite what some people online are saying, where they're like, no one was asking for a gritty Tarzan reboot, I actually was asking for a gritty Tarzan reboot. I didn't realize there was one this year. I haven't heard necessarily terrible and or great things about this new Tarzan movie, so I don't know if it's worth seeing or not. I don't know. I just want to make sure that I'm spending that money, that Tarzan money. Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, I'd much rather watch a reboot of Tarzan than watch Suicide Squad, because I think that movie looks just awful. And I know that there might be one or two people that disagree with that, or I might get a majority of agreement. But Suicide Squad just is not good. Like, it looks boring. I don't care about any of the main characters that they're trying to put the focus on, like putting the focus on Deadshot or the Joker. Like, I don't care. I have my favorite versions of those, and it might sound a little I can't stand the look of Harley Quinn. I can't. She just looks so bad. She doesn't have her accent, and she is just so obviously like the sex pedal Hollywood object, and not in the way of like, how she does it in the comics, where she's like, I'm going to use my sexiness to distract people, and the only person that I'm actually attracted to is the Joker, or I guess Deadshot in that sense. But like, she just looks bad. It just looks like a poorly written character. I can't. And that could just be the trailer. That could just be the marketing. But part of me wants to be proven wrong in that aspect. Part of me wants to be like, oh yeah, watch Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn was the best part. But she does not look the best part, and that's a shame, because Harley Quinn's such a good character. Her whole thing is like beating her Stockholmy abusive relationship that she keeps going back to, and she's just so like, I feel like the director is trying to be like, ooh, look, we're giving clever commentary about these characters by making her wear a shirt that says Daddy's Little Monster, or property of the Joker jacket, or stuff like that. But it looks like, it honestly looks like a parody. Like, it looks like they're trying to make a joke out of it, and maybe this movie will be all jokes. I don't know. I can't tell the tone of Suicide Squad. I've tried, but I can't seem to peg, at least personally, what the tone is supposed to be, because all the trailers have been so mixed at this point with, is it like the first trailer was so dark. The trailer after that was like all jokes, like just non-stop trying to crack jokes. I'm like, I don't know. Same. I mean, maybe not same with the newest Star Trek movie trailer, but at least like that movie kind of, because like that movie at least seems to have an idea that it's a Star Trek movie. I don't know. I feel like I'm ranting a lot about Suicide Squad. I want that movie to be something that interests me. But splishy splash. But But after just like the presentation at Comic-Con from the director, from David Ayer, and I was like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe the director's really competent. And then he comes on, he's like, I don't want to start nothing, but we all know that DC has to do it. Like, he looked like a huge douche up on stage, walking around, trying to talk shit. And it just was so like, okay, I see the type of person who's making this movie. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Count that off. So, I don't know. Suicide Squad, really, to me at least, does not look that great. Now, if you guys want to see it, go see it. I don't care. It's your money. If someone pays to take me to Suicide Squad and I don't have to pay them back, great. I will watch that movie for free. But if someone's like, opening night, Suicide Squad, I'll take $20, please. You can pay, like, no, I don't care. I don't want to see it. All right. Swerve is almost done. I just want to... We're getting to that last little bit that I mentioned earlier. This is a fun kind of design choice that I made the other day. I've been trying to, have a finite process to drawing these Transformers. So he's got his little bow tie there. He's got his little beverage. And he's going to come down here. And he's got this bit on top of his head that's like the front of the car. But I kind of figured that if I draw it like that, and then can just do that. He's got a little hat on. He's got a little server's hat. So there's Swerve. He's serving and swerving. Looks good. All right, we'll move on to the next Transformer here. And we're gonna go back to layer number 1. Switch back to the blue. We are gonna do 4 guys picked out here. I have Chrome Dome and Swerve and Brainstorm and Chromia. So I'm thinking I'm going to draw my homeboy Chrome Dome, my Chrome boy. Chrome Dome is one of my favorite characters from Matumti. I mean, I guess technically all these characters are favorites. But Chrome Dome, with the whole stuff with Rewind, and then Rung is a favorite of mine as well. Like these guys, they're probably my top 3. So Chrome Dome, Rung, and Swerve are probably my top 3 characters. Brainstorm's pretty good. I'd say Brainstorm is top 5. I don't hate Ultra Magnus. It's kind of a jerk sometimes. But yeah, just move the Chrome Dome pick smidge. Move this over a smidgen as well. All right. What are we going to have Chrome Dome doing? Not sure. Maybe we'll have Chrome Dome. This is the first time I've drawn Chrome Dome, I think, ever, or at least that I can recall in the past couple years since I started reading the Matumti stuff. All right. Basic body structure. And then his arms. He's got big old shoulders too. We go broad shoulders. And we'll have him with his arms like this. That'll be his hand. And maybe he'll be swaddling, or not swaddling, I guess cuddling. He'll be cuddling a Rewind doll because Rewind is his tiny robot boyfriend. Their arc it's so bittersweet. Yeah. Let's see. Do you guys have a favorite Transformer? You know what? I really should be looking at comments. To be honest, I'm not looking at any comments right now. I feel kind of bad. Going into the Creator Studio. Just give me a second here. Oh. It's yeah, no, it's just Chrome DOM. Okay. Wow. Still moving that business around. Okay. I can't see any comments. Do I have any comments? Nope, not that I can see. I don't think anybody's watching this. I have 2 viewers though. Thanks, viewers. I'm actually going into my YouTube right now and trying to take a look. I can't see anything though. Videos. Yeah, no, it's not showing me anything. So if people are leaving me comments or just watching, forgive me. I'm sorry. I can't can't hear anybody or see anything. I'm actually blind and deaf. Been blind and deaf this whole time. It was all a clever ruse. No, I need to be able to see the picture of Chrome DOM. Probably should eat more than one tiny thing today. It's making me go loopy. All right, back to the second layer. We'll give Chrome DOM, much like in the comics, we'll give him a bit of a slender face. Oh, come on. Ooh. All right, let's try that again. Hands acting up. I might need to uninstall and then reinstall the program I use. Or not the program, the tablet. My poor tablet. I've had it for years now, and I've been seeing those crazy tablets that function just like a piece of paper. Like you see it, it's a screen, but you also can see what you're drawing. Like those ones are so cool. I really want one of those. And he's got a little. I'm using a reference picture of G1 Chrome DOM for those of you who are wondering. So I'm just trying to figure this out. I've never drawn Chrome DOM before, so forgive me for the lack of understanding. There we go. That's what I'm looking to do. He's got a very gleeful look on his face. He's happy. He's got his little plushie. He's got his little plushie rewind. Make him get rid of that. There we go. This is definitely an interesting experience. I feel like guys down just a touch. That might look better. Yeah, a little bit. So, alrighty, we will. Nope, that still looks okay. Probably should not have gone with the picture of the G1 from the box art, just because he's got the whole headmaster thing. I hate headmaster transformers. I do. I think it's such a stupid idea. And I know if people like them as part of their childhood, you know, you like it and it's part of your childhood, and I respect that. But I just it's such an odd concept when you think about it, because it's a transformer that literally can't function unless a smaller transformer has formed its head. And if, per se, that smaller transformer got destroyed in a fight, it's just a lifeless body, and you've wasted a perfectly good transformer. It's such a dumb idea. Target Masters itself, or not itself as well. Target Masters as well, which was the ones where they turned into guns. That also was dumb. Because if the transformer gets disarmed in a fight, it would kill the smaller robot. So then what? You have a murder of a smaller robot, and then you have no gun, and then you yourself, the one who has been disarmed, is probably going to get murdered as well. So it's just one murder after another that was like completely preventable. Oh, those eyes are not looking how I want them to look. It's the right shape, but not the right. Maybe it's the nose. Maybe that's what it is. Get rid of the nose. We'll draw the nose wider. And then we'll like that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Drawing all the gay robots. See, I played a gay robot one time. It's not a joke. That is true. In a video that my buddy did called Team PC, which is Team Politically Correct, for those wondering. I played a gay robot. It was very funny, and y'all should check it out. Wonder how much Team PC stuff is taken up by Principal PC from South Park, which, by the way, is such a fun character. Am I sensing a microaggression? Ah, see, that's more it's more chrome dummy. The little ears. There we go. That'll suffice for a head. I'm not going to spend too long drawing that. I don't want to do too long of a live stream, just because, like I said, I got to do some stuff in a couple hours. So, it's a little bit better. Whatever. I'm not too flustered about it. Sweet. He's so cute. He's so happy. Well, I might just be creating more noise here, but I have to turn the fan in my direction because holy crap is it hot in my room. I was trying to maximize the amount of noise with the workers outside of my window that I shut my window, but it's summer here. I mean, it's Vancouver is not the hottest place, but it has been getting hotter. It's been getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I'm getting so hot. I want to die. There we go. Sweet. Sweet. All right. There we go. Sweet. All right. Get rid of the elbow. Trying to think of other projects that I've done, because I've been doing quite a few outside of my own channel that I could promote. I already talked about Transformers Ascension, and that's on the Crosshairs production page. What else did I do? There'll be some stuff. I know I've done some help to promote Transformers Earth Wars, which is an app that came out. Really good stuff. Had some buddies do a tour of the studio. We did some promotion for that for Matt. If you search up Matt360 UK, there's some Earth Wars stuff in there. So any potential Earth War videos that might come out in the future that's got like Shockwave in it, that is me doing the voice. So that was fun. And then there's stuff got stuff for Larry Arts Productions. My buddy Zach runs a Let's Play channel called Fenris and Friends, and I played a little bit of Mega Man 2 with him, so I actually got to try out doing a Let's Play, which was very, very interesting. We just talk about fun Mega Man-ish stuff, but he has been very busy lately himself. So we got the first 3 episodes up, and I think we'll probably get maybe somewhere between 8 to a dozen parts in the end. Excuse me. 8 to a dozen episodes in the end. But no, it was fun. I don't play a lot of video games, so I kind of suck at playing Mega Man in the video, but I just loves me some Mega Man. Mega Man is just some good stuff. Let's I'll actually draw the plushy rewind, and we'll make him make him a little fluffy around the edges. And fill in the black. And now we can never go back. Yeah. And we'll give a little stitch on the arm so we know he's plushy. I'm spacing on how his head looked. I think it was... He had little ears. That's like a Transformers Rewind. Ah, right. No, he does have little ears. They just they kind of poke out on the sides. That's G1 Rewind. G-wind of sorts. Yeah, so he's got little like this. Ooh, there we go. And then like that. Give him that there. And then we'll give him his little... He's so cute. Nick Roche does a really, really good job with the artwork for the IDW comics. I am behind in the comics, sadly. I need to catch up, but I have heard some serious sad business takes place. So I'll prepare myself for the emotional roller coaster that is. Let's see. There you go. He's got a little rewind with him. Oh, yeah, there's more banging on outside. See, I know I caught myself doing this the other day, and I think it's just something I've started to do. We're all complete a task, or I'll like be in the process of doing one and be near to a part that I'm happy to be concluding, and I'll just be like beep boop pop, or like I'll just make a random noise. I don't really know where it came from. It's something I do now, I guess. And it might come and go. Who knows? And it's weird to think about. I'll just get my fingers and my shoulders to stretch here. It's weird to think about like phases that we as people go through of like sayings we'll have, like something like keep all your ducks in a row, or you know, you say something a lot as a kid. You say something stupid like ponage or something like it's weird to think that we go through phases like that, and not things like hella or yes, but like genuine, like you are saying stuff for you sort of thing. Like you start saying something like, hey, that's pretty good. That's the only example I can think of. Thanks, iDubbbz. You know, and you say, oh, hey, that's pretty good. And it becomes part of your everyday vernacular. And it's something that you came up with, or like it's just totally unironic. You know, you think back to times in your life where you just say stuff like that. It's interesting the sorts of dialogue that we create for ourselves. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. What? See, I'm doing it again. Wow. It's making the whack noise. Whack. I work with kids, so I think maybe that's just something I picked up that's like You like entertaining kids, so sometimes making silly noises is entertaining to them. Dude, what am I drawing next? That's right. I'm drawing the little chest box. He's got this little red box on his chest. He got, I am the box ghost. Ooh, scary. Beware of my cuboid powers. That's all I can think of for boxes. Danny Phantom was a good show. That was an art style that I tried to tap in for a bit, but I couldn't get behind it. Butch Hartman has really visible art. Like, you see something done by Butch Hartman from across the room, and you're like, oh, done. I know who that is. Even if you don't know Butch Hartman's name, you'll know his artwork. You know, Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, you know, stuff like that. You see it and you're like, oh, yeah, I know who that is. Who else has a style like that? I guess the animation company that does or did both the Avatar series and did Voltron, which if you guys haven't checked out Voltron, it's pretty sweet. It's definitely got that level of quality that Korra and stuff had. I find Voltron's a lot more like Legend of Korra, like I don't even want to say the good seasons, because like all but season 2 were the good seasons of Korra. Like everything else is like really good for Korra. Season 2, but that's because season 2's big downfall was the quality of animation. Most of the story elements in season 2 were really good. They expanded a lot on stuff. The villain was kind of lackluster. I really there's one episode from season 2, and I'd flat out say it's my favorite episode of Korra. And that's funny because like my favorite episode comes from the worst series. Again, saying the word like it's only like really one bad season, and it's not even that bad. But it's where she goes to the spirit world and she runs into a familiar face. And I know there are people out there who still haven't watched Legend of Korra. Maybe it's because you're an Avatar purist. But really, guys, like Legend of Korra is great. It's very entertaining. Well, looks like we're getting close to being done with Chrome Dome here. Ooh. I might have to just go up and get myself a snack in a second just to kind of, no, not that more cuboid. Just to keep my energy up because it is hot in this room, but I don't want to open the window and you guys be subjected to all the like that's going on outside. Yeah, that's really cute. Look at how he turned out. He's so happy. Good for you. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, imaginary robot man. There's Swerve. There's Chrome Dome. We'll give Chrome Dome a little. Oh. Give him a few. There we go. One smaller one. He's so happy. He's so happy. Okay. Yeah, just give me a second here, guys. I'm just going to go grab something real quick to just nosh on, and then I'll be back. So, forgive the absence. I shall return. Looks like I found banana flavored Malona bar. You guys never had a Malona bar before. They're pretty dang good. The flavor is very subtle to it, but tastes some good shit. What's your guys' stand on the word shit? I've noticed it's one that has been being used more and more in television nowadays. When previously it was like, that's a no, you can't say shit. But just like, I guess after 8 o'clock or after 9 o'clock, you can say shit as much as you want on TV. I don't know. I don't really find shit that bad of a word. Like, it's just another word for poop. You're a brainstorm next. Yeah, like, I don't know. Just, you stub your toe. Oh, shit. Like, I don't see it being that bad. There are other words out there that, frankly, are far worse. Like, just awful words. Which I try to keep my channel here pretty family centric. There's enough stuff entertainment wise out there that's not good for kids. I want to produce stuff that if a kid was watching it, that they could show their parents, and their parents would be like, hey, it's a good channel to be following, or something like that, or like, yeah, good job for not listening to a bunch of dumb people tell you to do a bunch of dumb stuff. Like, I'd just rather put positive out there than negative. Yeah, that's brainstormy enough. Got a brainstorm look to him. Getting these kind of bits. Stupid thing is messing up again. Make him very, very proud of himself. Very proud of some of his messed up experiments. Maybe he'll be partaking in a cup of tea or so, like Energon tea. Just being like, well, that experience went bad, but that's none of my business. That he'll Kermit the Frog that situation. I've been thinking, this does relate to Kermit the Frog. I've been thinking about Halloween costumes this year. And for work, I think my favorite idea so far for a Halloween costume is to do Jim Henson and get a Kermit the Frog and do that. Because I think that's just a very fun... there's 2 other fingers. There's his pinky. There we go. That ain't none of my business. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing Jim Henson as a costume. I think that'd be really fun. That'd be really easy to do. I don't feel like it'd be one that I'd want to do for Cosplay Corner, though, because people are going to ask me how to make the Kermit the Frog puppet, and I don't know how to make a Kermit the Frog puppet. I'd have to buy one. And yeah, I can't sew to save my life. I really can't. However, I do have some very talented people in my life who do know how to sew. And because of that, I'll actually be getting some stuff done pretty soon that I've been meaning to get done for a while now. That is costumey. That is actually probably part of the big reason that a lot of you follow, because I know a lot of you will follow me because of cosplay stuff, or maybe you hear a voice that I do and you enjoy, but it's mostly cosplay stuff that I have followers for, which I appreciate. I honestly just appreciate anybody subscribing for the sake of they wanted to subscribe. But yeah, no, I I've again totally lost my train of thought where I was headed with that. It is a long day today. I will guarantee you that. Today's my first kind of restful day, probably in about 2 weeks. I hosted my buddy, who was visiting from Hawaii, where I grew up, for about 14 years. I was hosting him for the past, last week. And dude's such a stellar dude. It was so much fun having him. Like, I genuinely miss him on a regular basis. He's such a cool guy. So it was nice to get to see him. But yeah, then I worked like quite a few days in a row, and it just kind of fried my brain. Even staycations, like I was able to get all the days. I asked for all the time that he was here off, and I got it all. I was super grateful. But I was so freaking tired by the end of all of it that I was a fresh plate of onion rings. I was mentally outie 5,000. I was so gone. So it's just nice to have a day where I get to sit and relax, just for a bit. I enjoy the summer. There we go. Yeah, I enjoy the summer, but sometimes it does just get a little too hot for me. It's my Irish blood. It burns too easily right in the sun, and I just turn into a crisp potato, and it's just the worst thing ever. Yeah, no, but it was so much fun. We did touristy stuff that, like, I've lived here for almost 4 years now, but we did touristy stuff that, like, I never did. So like we went up, for those of you who know anything about Vancouver, I went and did Grouse Mountain, which I have I have a fear of heights, or I guess machines that lift you up high, because like a fear of heights, it's a very rational fear. It makes sense, you fall, you die, that sort of shit, and then you're done, right? But for me, it's like, yeah, no, I just really don't like heights. But it's like if I were to go on a chairlift or a gondola, going up, which we did, I hated that. I hated every moment of that. It was cool because we saw like a wolf and there was a really nice view, but I hated the gondola ride. Being on top of the mountain was totally fine, and I wouldn't mind biking up there or walking up there, but I hated every second of that gondola trip. Like, it freaked the crap out of me. I'm not the biggest fan of takeoffs in airplanes. But with airplanes, like, you can sleep on an airplane. So if we crashed and died in an airplane, there's a fantasy that I could at least sleep through the crashing horrible death of being in an airplane. And I know a lot of those fears, a lot of them highly unlikely to happen. Airplanes are really safe, travel wise. Like you're more likely to get in an accident on the way to the airport than actually in an airplane, or just kind of stuff like that. But airplanes are scary, man. You're flying in a tube with like metal wings. I've been in some shady ass airplanes before. I have been in some super sketchy airplanes. Like, they take off and it looks like the wings are made of cardboard. Like, that stuff gets me, man. Gets me every time. But when you land, you get to go on like typically a fun adventure. So I'm fine with the takeoff, because the payoff from the takeoff is typically much better than actually having to take off, which is a just fever dream levels of fright. Have you guys ever had that too? You guys ever had a fever dream? My goodness. I have had a fever dream before. Those are weird. I had one, actually had a couple last year. I was going through, get a little extra personal here. I was going through kind of a bout of depression and anxiety, which I'd never dealt with before. And that sort of stuff can spring up if you're someone like myself who's dealt with a traumatic experience. Mine was having cancer. So if you're like me, where you've gone through a traumatic experience like that, even if it may not inherently seem traumatic at the time, stuff like PTSD or anxiety or depression can develop from that. And there's a whole thing of like, if you're like me and you were a teenager when you got it, you might not learn, particular skills for being an adult, and then you get thrusted into being an adult and you're like, oh, look at all this stuff that I didn't know that was like possible or that I had to do. PTSD is very interesting, and having a life-threatening disease is very interesting. It throws your business into perspective. But yeah, like it just it was crazy. It was crazy. I'll just say that. All right, where are you headed next with drawing arms? That's where I'm headed. All right, Brainstorm, you're turning out great, man. I'm really happy with how you're looking. Pretty suave. Pretty dapper. He's a handsome fella. That and Brainstorm. I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'd like to get a whole collection of the main cast of the Matumti characters. So I was actually given, just because my friend was like, yeah, we don't have room for him on the shelf and we don't have anybody to display him with. My friends just gave me their Tailgate figure like 2 days ago, which was super awesome because Tailgate is such a fun little character. So I was happy to get that, and it was a day after I had gotten the animated Rodimus figure, and so now I've got IDW Drift, Prowl, animated Rodimus, animated Ratchet, and Tailgate, and so characters like Brainstorm, Whirl, Swerve, Skid, Rewind, Chrome Dome, Red Alert, and Ultra Magnus are the characters that I'm missing. There is no Rung figure, sadly, and I really like Rung, man. Like I was saying earlier, he's in the top 3 for Matumti. I want a Rung figure really badly, but I can't. Again, I'm a little behind in the comics, so I can't recall if we've even seen what he actually turns into yet. But I think it'd be nice to have a Rung figure. Same with like big figures for, I guess not big figs, but like figures in general for Wrecker's Iron Fist, and then Guzzle as well, because they don't seem to get a lot of love. And part of that is just me being selfish because I play Iron Fist in Transformers Ascension, which I'd love playing Iron Fist. Like, he's probably my favorite character I've played in any sort of Transformers thing. Maybe if not anything I've done voice-wise so far. He's just... I essentially just get to play me the whole time. So it's like a super comfortable character to play. And I enjoy that. If anybody's seen, I did a video with my buddies from that series where we talked about, voice acting stuff. And I just recorded, I recorded maybe 30 minutes of the conversation. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of have a good listen to and hear some fun stories and things like that. I don't know what goes under this arm over here, so I'll just make up some crap. Ooh, look at that. That sure is a thing that belongs there. But yeah, no, I had a good conversation with those guys, and it was nice to talk about that sort of stuff. And despite me, despite really any of us not like getting typecasted, because I typically get typecasted for characters like Bumblebee and stuff, because of just how my voice sounds. It's not a very deep voice, it's my voice. It's what I sound like. I can do a character voice, but you play to your strengths. Bumblebee or Iron Fist or any sort of young, energetic character is typically what I get typecasted for. And that's fine, because that means I get to play Iron Fist. Again, I love playing Iron Fist. But we all kind of enjoy getting to play bad guys. My buddy Jason, who voices Optimus in our series, always gets asked by people to do Optimus for their stuff. And he said, I'm getting he said it gets a little tiresome of always playing Optimus Prime. Despite how crazy of a statement that might be from time to time, like, I play Optimus Prime too much, but like, it happens, man. You play a character so much. Like, why do you think Mark Hamill stepped away from being the Joker for a while? Because he got tired of being cast for the same thing over and over again. And it was really nice to hear him as the Joker in kind of any preceding sort of projects that may have come up. I'm super excited for the Killing Joke movie. That is going to be so much fun. It's just one of the craziest Batman stories out there. So, it's nice to see these films that people have waited a long time to have from comic to screen get done. Same with sort of The Dark Knight Returns. Now, The Dark Knight Returns, though not the greatest story out there for Batman, very iconic. That's just kind of cool to see. You'd never think a banana-flavored popsicle tastes that great. But because of the subtlety of them, like I said, subtlety of the Malona bars, this banana popsicle ain't too terrible there, sister. Alrighty. I'm getting there. Looking handsome. Oh yeah, it looks so good. All right. We're getting there. We're almost done, you guys. I will not ramble on for too much longer. Once we draw Chromia, we will end this stream. But we'll give him an inquisitive look, like he's like, are you sure you're not too full of shit? Is that what you want to go with? And we'll, oh, geez. There we go, making the whap noise again. Colored in, colored in, colored in. So now he's got a very like, and maybe even like a, nah, be a little high up. There we go. That's nicer. So he's got kind of like come on there. Never mind, we'll just go to one because the pen is still acting dumb. Or I guess the board. I really don't know where that problem's coming from. And it's frustrating. Like, it's nice that I can still draw with these lines like this, like these nice crisp lines, but if I can't if I can't do like curves and stuff, it makes drawing like fingers and things like that just a little bit harder. And I already hate drawing hands. I hate drawing hands and feet, so I don't need any other rounded stuff to be. And by rounded, I mean like the edges. All right, there's Brainstorm, and he's having a cup of tea, and he's like, "No, you're full of crap." But that ain't none of my business. There we go. Sweet, sweet emotion. All right, and the last one will be our lovely lady Chromia. We'll go back down here. And having a bite of the Malona. Ice cream, yay. A sip of water. Delicious. All right. And for Chromia, I can't really think of what pose to do for her, but she seems like she's, she's like a little cop lady. She's very, and I can see her being very action oriented. So maybe I'd draw her, maybe she's running. Maybe she's trying to catch a perp. She's got a sick con on the run. It was a con job, And she's trying to chase him down. So we're just kind of eyeballing here. She's got that very standard feminine design. So we'll give her kind of a curved tip there. And we'll make her foot be behind here. Really lots of big here. We'll be drawing it her one foot from the front here. Just kind of eyeball where that one's going to go. And she's propelling. Have the doing the crazy run, doing the crazy hard. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Burping a little bit. Crazy hard run there. There we go. And then perfect. He's going to be running real fast. Maybe we'll, so I'll draw that line there beforehand to be like, she's gonna be upset and she's gonna be yelling at the perp. Be, hey, punk, get your butt over here. Okay. And make this last one a little bit sketchy. In quality, not in content. All right, so no, we wanted the black one. There we go. So give her, yeah, there we go. Off to a good start. Despite me hating drawing feet, we're off to a relatively better start. Looks like my buddy just messaged me asking if I was having fun, which I'm assuming it means that he's watching. Yeah, the thing. God, that was a terrible kneecap. Oh, do not rewind. That was awful. Which I'm assuming it means that he's watching. There we go. Nope, we want it more slender. Toned. Just because she's a motorcycle. She's a little bit more fleek, a little bit more on point. On point like Poseidon's trident. Rhymes colder than the frosty balls of your giants. Epic rap battles of history are so good. I've been really enjoying this most recent season. Yes, thank you. The kneecap was beautiful. Yeah, he's definitely watching. Hi, PJ. Go. She's in a full sprint. Boop, boop, boop. Got that. Lovely lady lumps. She's got those robo curves. She's very fit, very toned. The piece of artwork I'm looking at it's such a good piece of artwork. I would like to draw Transformers of that quality one day. Okay, how do they have her chassis drawn? All right. Down. There we go. She's had this kind of like cool collar on her design, which I really appreciate. Makes her look very official. She's ready to kick booty. All right. And on the front. There we go. Okay. On the sides, down on the sides. Yeah. She's sprinting. Maybe to give kind of the look that she's sprinting a little more, maybe I'd curve that. And I might even do like a dash like that just to be a little bit more curved. A little dash. Just like that. To just be like, yeah, her whole body is in motion. She's doing a full sprint. Okay. She has these little covers on the sides over here. I mean, you could look at them as maybe even like little holsters for blasters. I immediately think samurai armor, but she is not Bludgeon. Bludgeon would be a fun character to draw. Again, I don't know how many more of these. Shut up out there. I don't know how many more of these I want to do. Art-wise, golly, that is a loud. I can feel that. I can feel that blowing through the window. Okay. We will get through this. We will get through the storm together, I promise. Okay. Ooh. Fix your arm there, love. There we go. Sweet. She's like a space cop. She's like a little lady space cop. Okay. Give her a shoulder like that, because I feel like she would have a very toned shoulder. That'd be one of the lights that sits on top of it. Be a fun character to draw. Just draw the different body types for the different fembots from Transformers and draw Strika, because Strika had a very the best example I can think of would be someone like Chromia or RC would be like how Stevani from Steven Universe looks, and then Strika would be Jasper, where it's a much more masculine figure that you're working with. But yeah, Strika had a really interesting design. It's incredible the creativity of people with these Transformers. Making my own Transformers in the past, coming up with character names and designs and stuff like that. And the name I find is always the trickiest part, because there's so many Transformers out there that have like they've essentially taken all the names. Is what I'm saying. What's a character I came up with? Like three characters, and they're called like Lock, Shock, and Barrel or something like that, or like just like a Transformer named Barrel, and he's just a weapons specialist, Or maybe even ironically, he's a pacifist and he hates weapons, but he's named Barrel, like the barrel of a gun. And he hates his name, you know? There, we just created a transformer. What would he look like? What would he be? He'd be a sewing machine. Shoots needles. That's his. Not like shoots up. Not like does drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. You know, like he shoots needles. Oh, Jesus, that is a terrible hand. You know, he shoots needles as his primary. His primary weapon. All right. Oh. Chromia, you got such a cool design. She's very panel heavy. But like I said, good design. All right. She's booking it. She's it's bad. It's a bad finger. She's booking it. She's gonna catch that con on his con job. There we go. Oh, see, she's super cute. You know, good for her. Good for you. All right. That's fine. We'll stick with that. I was very concerned about the other knee, but at this point, it doesn't matter. Okay. Color on that one. Okay. I'm actually going to get rid of a little bit of that right there. Tried to give a wide enough view for her head. She's very stoic looking lady. So we'll give her, maybe she got the one eyebrow up because she's really like, I'm gonna get you, son. Look out. Except she wouldn't sound anything like that. So, okay, and there we go. I draw a lot of my ladies with just a little bit of eyelash there. And also I'll do two little blush marks like so. Not really sure where that came from, but it's stuck out through a lot of my artwork that I've done. So maybe if I did a cartoon, that'd be part of my overall design. It would mean though that I couldn't hide a female character if I wanted to. Or maybe it would be a way of being super progressive, like maybe there's a transgendered character and you don't know that, and the only actual indicator is that they have the feminine eyelashes. And you know, it's a transgendered man. So someone, for those of you who are unclear, someone who's born a female, physically a female, and then, you know, maybe they you know, are dressing to what makes them comfortable. They're dressed more masculine, and the only way of you telling that that was a male was that they have little eyelashes. You never know. Just sort of fun stuff like that. Little sneaky stuff. Because not everybody is ready to accept the truth, it seems. Still don't know, don't understand. You know, that's when the whole, you know, you have a question, ask. Who's the best person to ask about transgender stuff? Probably a transgendered person. So if you know any transgender people and you have any questions, ask them, because they will be able to answer stuff way better than I will. Oh, where are we going? There she is. Yay! I'm really happy with how she's turning out. A little bit of self-praise there. Get rid of that, because she does have this extra bit of whatnot right here. There we go. Oh, excuse me. And there is her head. She's angry. Maybe I'll draw her a couple more times on my own and kind of come up with a way to, because she's a police officer, to kind of like put like an officer's cap into the design of the top of her head, like maybe the shape that it is. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. You know, one of those police officer caps. Well, stereotypical ones with all the brim and trim and edges. Brim and trim. There you go. New transformer. Brim and trim. Oop. Alrighty, she's got her collar. She is booking it. She is not happy that con has just hurt somebody. She's an angry fembot. Oh, come on. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm not really too concerned with coloring the wheels. All right. And down, 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 up. There we go. And up. There we go. Could use that little bit of reserved line that was right there to kind of help me indicate the next thing for the progression of the hand. And I might just get lazy with the hand here and just go like, you know, draw those fingers first, and then draw. Thumb is a little too big. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. That was a loud crash. I don't know what that was. And oh, I don't want to forget her leg down here. Let's do this one real quick. Yeah, and then she's got the tire over here. She turned into a space motorcycle. And 1, 2. Whoop. Her shoes, I tried to do them like little police officer shoes. All right. And thing there, thing there. She actually has some in the actual robot mode. There we go. She has a couple squares that run along that line over there. But yeah, well, she's stepping down. Snap. And she's got she's going swoosh because she's going real fast. She's swooshing by. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And she'll go. Stop. Stop. To creep. Maybe next time maybe next time it'll be Decepticons we'll draw. But there you go, guys. That's it. It just helped me to kill some time. So thanks for anybody who sat by and watched. There you go. There are our babies. All the babies are done. There they are. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll sign this. Call it a day. But you guys have been awesome. And I will see you all in the next video. As always, please keep it amazing. See you around.